their pulpit don't cares. I suppose while you watch the show, you could do a quick Google to know if there's really a band out there called the Don't Cares. Anyway, welcome to a daily hit of cocktails.
You wouldn't believe the amount of hail damage on the Miata. But most of it's inside the car because it doesn't have a roof. It's mostly like just
interior damage from hail.
Yeah.
Great.
I wish
no water
I had,
damage, though.
Just making sure I heard that right.
I wish I had a drink and I was wearing my shirt. We're gonna have to do this over
to the cloud real quick and get you a drink.
I got hail in my beverage.
I
Get
guess
you
I
a squint.
could.
We'll talk about our favorite beverage.
Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna go get this shirt on. You get that shirt on, and we'll come back. We'll listen to some Fake Lake. How's that sound?
Okay, that sounds great.
And remember, everybody, at the end of this already awesome live stream, which probably sounds pretty good through YouTube right now, I imagine.
Sure hope so.
God bless America. We're gonna debut the new music video for Fake Lake, but it will be on Instagram. So keep your Instagram open and only watching that note that says to join us on YouTube.
It's more than one note.
See you in a minute.
Okay, great. Well, Mark, what do you do in the band? Is this a band? Let's back up.
What?
We're in a band. You and I. We're in a band.
Oh, yeah. I've seen you.
It's called you usually see this side. Let me see if that looks more familiar. It probably looks better.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
I could pick that out of a lineup. That's for sure.
Uh-huh.
Been looking at that for 18 and a half years.
Oh, good point. This band is 18 and a half years old now.
I think. Or maybe 18. Maybe 18.
Whatever.
Right.
Once you hit that threshold,
Yeah.
what else?
Whatever.
There's nothing else.
You're just fucking legal, you know? Everything's legal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do what you want.
You can get a hotel room. You can vape. You can,
Vape a lot.
all the important stuff.
Yeah, so we're 18 something, and we're 2 members. We have 3 members in the band. The other guy's face is on the screen. His name's Dr. History Doctor. My name's Skye Myles, no relation. And the man in the middle, with the THE, is named
Dead air.
His name's Dead Air. He stole it from Dead Mouse.
Mike Rose.
Mike Rose.
Well, originally, I don't know why. I really don't know why so originally it was supposed to be on like a really tall drum riser, and so it would spell it right. Or I guess we're maybe playing for someone above us, maybe.
You're trying to explain why the D is in the middle?
Yeah.
Next question.
It's old news. It's the old shit.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wait up.
Pan down.
Just to make sure.
There's the proof. Dr. Cloud Doctor is back.
Can we talk about how much time we spent preparing for this and like how professional we wanted it to be? Because we're effing professionals. We don't even curse on YouTube.
Let's
Some restraint.
take a brief aside and tell the people what you want to tell them about tech support.
What I want to say is that I'm such a huge fan of this band, the Coke Dares, which is celebrating its 19th year this year.
There you go, round up.
Oh, there we go.
And because of that wonderful 19th year anniversary, 18th anniversary of our first show, we have a run of show that old Skye Myles made and put in Google Docs and shared with us. We have a bunch of
It's up to date.
we have a bunch of like primary sources that I was going to share with you in a cool program. So I'm disappointed we can't do it tonight, but I can't wait to do it as soon as possible after I finally get that damn mainframe I really want.
Darn it.
Yeah.
Life finds a way. So.
Mainframes.
We should have chosen a time when no one uses the internet.
Well,
When's
earlier
that?
on the other stream.
Sunday usually.
Mike Rose was talking about those rats that didn't like my face. I think maybe some
Oh
of them
yeah.
got into
Well,
the
I didn't say
mainframe.
it. The books. Said
No,
it.
I'm no. Hey, no offense taken.
I was just reading.
Wonder
from
if
the book,
some of those
man.
rats got into the mainframe.
I was just
Oh,
performing a reading some passages.
I understand. It's funny commentary. What is it? Thoughts on
Well,
humanity?
I mean, if you remember, the book's called "Funny Comebacks and Rude Remarks."
Oh, right.
So
By
you
Gene
can buy it
Perot.
from me. I'll sell it to you. It's on. I got it on Amazon.
By
if you
Gene
wanna buy
Perot.
You can buy this copy from me.
It's good.
It's probably gonna be bidding war though.
it's true.
Tinder fodder. So, what are we doing today?
Well, let's celebrate the 2-year anniversary of the release of our latest 35-song LP, Fake Lake. Y'all into that?
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about who we got here. Let's introduce ourselves. Why don't you start?
Again?
Well, we kind of already started this
Oh, great. Okay, so yes.
in your
so here.
absence, but
So I'm the Dr. History Doctor, and I'm very excited. Let's start from the beginning with this one. This was a record that we started making in 2009. The oldest songs on this record were written as far back as that. I think 2 of them were only performed once at the Vogue in Indianapolis in 2009 at a show where we made about $400, which was a very lot of money.
playing with
A lot of
who?
money.
Who we
I don't
playing
even
with?
I don't remember. Oh, those Young Lions. Remember that band? Hey, those Young
Oh, yeah.
Lions. If you're watching,
Yeah.
it's a good
Yeah.
show. Got a lot of money. Use that. Still probably have a little bit of that money in the band fund.
So we're 19 now, and we wrote those songs. We started that album in 2009
Mm-hmm.
when we were only
Younger.
11 some years old, I guess.
We were 9 years old,
I round up,
and why not?
Moped
So,
age.
so these are children's songs, really.
Really, they are
Some of
songs
them.
about and of children.
So maybe as we listen today to Amount X of Side A, the folks out there can try to pick out which songs were written by children.
That does actually put it more into perspective for me.
It's like dog years, but it's like band years. It's not like human years at all.
I say we start with this theme here. Let's get some music going on this stream. What do you think?
That's great.
Shirt.
This theme was not the first song that the Coke Dares ever wrote, but it is the most recorded the Coke Dares song, and thus gets a lot of plays on Spotify. You really can't tell, but it's thousands, millions, and then people get bored and they don't ever listen again. All right, you hear the dulcet tones, everyone? You probably don't, because nothing seems to work the way that we wish it would here in the land of the internet.
Yeah, I think the audio's coming through.
Cool. But did it sound great? Did it sound
Yeah,
as
it
great
sounded-
as we had hoped?
It sounded great.
The beginning of it sounded good. Now it stopped.
Here comes the Coke Dares theme 1.
Like you had this, you scrape that fish, Petey.
Oh, thank you. I really like it near the end how the drummer does that hi-hat like. It's gonna pretend
Yeah.
like you're not the drummer.
I
It's a good song.
so we wrote that song probably at like practice 4 or something in 2001, because we decided it would be a good idea to have theme songs or something. I don't even know where that one came from, but we try to change it for every record, and for this record, which we recorded in a shed on Monroe Drive in Raleigh, North Carolina. We already knew, like, I feel like that version of that song sounds like the wood paneled shed in which we were playing.
It's got that shed tone.
Also, the first song that we recorded for Fake Lake was theme 1.
Yeah, and we play it first at every live show. in case anyone out there hasn't seen us perform live. RIYL. Whoa. Bendy stands and stuff.
Mark pointed something out good that's important to listen to in the next few songs.
Okay.
Fake Lake has a ton of hand percussion on it, most of which is played not by their drummer Pervert or John Spiderman's, not by either of those drummers, but by Skye Myles himself. So let's. Anything else to say about this one? Should we move on to You Say a Lot?
No, I'm ready for more. Give me some more.
I think with this one, we're going to hear a little bit of that classic Skye Myles percussion almost right away.
There's a lot of percussion in this.
This one's got vocals too.
It's got some vocals.
Oh, great.
And for those in our Library Workers Day friends watching, this song was originally written the first day I was able to get into a James B. Hunt Jr. Library music room and test out the equipment.
Oh yeah, this was the demo.
You say a lot, you say so much. I'd like to send you talking out to lunch. You say a lot, you say it fast. You know this talking isn't gonna last. Shut, 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 shut it up. Shut up. Shut, 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 shut it up. Shut up. Shut, 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 shut it up. Shut up. You say a lot. You say a lot, you say it wrong. You're saying nothing with your shitty song. You say a lot, you say it's smart. You think your bullshit is a work of art. Shut, 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 shut it up. Shut, 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 shut it up. Shut, 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 shut it up. You say a lot. Number one.
Oh God, stop. It's
Wow,
so hard to
that's
stop. So hard to stop. Such a
stop.
good sequence.
Once you get it started there. That's a 1.5 minute long song.
Felt
Yeah,
really
it's
long.
Music in there.
Epic. I remember since you were talking about the demo part that the drum beat for that song was actually written by I believe the Bandcamp, right?
No,
Wasn't it?
GarageBand.
Oh, GarageBand. I mean, I'm sorry, that's what I meant. Bandcamp's not a app that writes drum beats.
It's our friend. Our friend Bandcamp.
Oh
is a saxophone player.
Dan Camp is what I meant.
Right. Yeah.
Daniel
Ben
Camp.
D Camp. Band, but it sounds like he's from the Midwest, so it sort of says band instead of bend. Yeah. Yeah, and that was the Motown 2 shuffle beat or something like that. Thanks, GarageBand. Also, the first time I ever used GarageBand was writing that song using a
Fast
Kawai
learner.
and a Kai 88 key thing. And the original version has like some sort of strange instrument that basically sounds. If Eric Weddle's out there, hi, it basically sounds like Eric Weddle, but made into an instrument when Eric Weddle's playing mixer.
Neat.
My
Yeah.
lap.
That's my favorite guitar solo on this record.
I really like that solo too.
I appreciate the volume of that solo as well.
Yeah, it's scary. I appreciate Mike Brodowski who mastered this, not pulling the volume down. Now's a good time to mention that the newest Fiona Apple record was made on GarageBand, and everyone loves that. And so is Fake Lake, all in GarageBand. 3 different versions of GarageBand made with various USB and FireWire inputs or interfaces. So good job, Apple. Thanks for making our computers expensive so that they can't live stream the way that we want them to.
I haven't heard the new Fiona Apple album, but I'm imagining that's where the similarities end between the two. Or
She actually covers You Say a Lot on the new record.
Cool. Great.
Yeah. So, yeah. Skye Myles, anything to say before we move forward?
Are you sure she covers it?
I'm not. I think she might cover it on like one of the B-sides, or like comps.
I think I told you that. You heard it from me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if
I'm not
Mark
sure.
said it, I think it's true.
Really not sure about anything.
I just want to
anymore.
mention that we're very proud that this release is on Third Uncle Records, #1 record label,
Oh, hell yeah.
and it's available through Third Uncle Records for a very fair price, or through your local closed record store on a very thin piece of plastic. Well, not very thin, but I mean thinner than like a 2x4 or something. You know,
They
it's
might
a
have-
flat disc.
They might have pickup too, like curbside pickup. You know?
Well,
They'll
yeah, you
definitely
should-
send it to you in the mail for
Yeah.
now. Well, the mail service is
still
vibrant.
working.
Yeah, that's the better word.
Um,
Viable.
I would be using the Third Uncle Bandcamp to play these songs,
Mhm.
but I'm not.
that
I'm not.
wasn't-
I'm not because there's no. I just wanted to mention that to Billy, who's out there watching. Like, yeah, man. I
We went
wish
to a
there were
lot
a
of-
volume control in Bandcamp.
We went to several Plans B, as mentioned before,
Mm-hmm.
to fulfill this Bandcamp contract.
So our next song, sort of, was one of the first. Like we all, what was the job here? The idea was to the idea. Why isn't it changing to me? The idea was that each of us would write 11 songs for this record.
Yeah, we needed 33 songs because our last record had 32. And obviously, divides by 3 nicely. So yeah,
Mhm.
that was the plan.
We had forgotten that we often count the themes as songs, so we actually ended up really pole vaulting over that goal
Mm-hmm.
with 2 extras. But one of the goals was to each have like kind of an acoustic number, a la double nickels on the dime too. And so we're getting to the first one of those right now with the editor. Do you want to
Mhm.
preview this one, Pete, at all? Can you give us some insight into the lyrics since we haven't done that at all yet?
Let's see. I don't know where the idea came from. I know I was living on the West Coast, and despite that, I was real stressed out in library school, I think, or 2009. It's hard to remember. But, you know, a lot was going on. Small apartment, nice town. A lot of I don't know. Let's check out the song.
I like
hear
the
it.
song that talks. It's like you're dreaming about paying bills. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I guess that has something.
I
to
like
do with
that.
stress.
I like that lyric a lot. Just that's the best dream right then is like paying bills on time.
Getting back to zero.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, here it comes.
Number 1, number 2, Ticonderoga blows pink gas over the page. Gotta be a number 1 editor, baby, to deal with my kind of rage. You can read it right through the blearing and the smearing and the tears falling from my eyes. Money wouldn't solve a few of my problems, but I sure can fantasize about paying bills, cheapest thrills, and looks to kill. Paying bills, cheapest thrills, and looks to kill.
Right there at the end, I love that guitar sound. Like I'm just gonna start by saying that that's one of my favorite parts on the record. Is just how creamy that tremoloed guitar sounds through that Fender Deluxe or Blues Junior or whatever it was. That thank you Matt Douglas let us borrow when we recorded. I had come back from some sort of event, and you all were like spread out to like Neil Young's Friends style in the late 60s in a shed with like playing piano and doing slow tambourine work.
Yeah, so most Cocteau's records, were recorded live or in some fashion live, featuring live tracks. One time we recorded everything fully mic'd up and into multi-channels, but into a tape machine, so that was just all recorded live, straight to tape. And we always sort of stuck with that raw 3-piece sound. However, on Fake Lake, we opted to each bring our 11 plus songs in, and we demoed most, if not all of them, I guess all of them at some point.
Yeah.
And built the songs up, and we just decided that there were no rules. We would try any idea we felt like trying, no holds barred, and we'd see what happened. And so, like Doctor mentioned, we did the basic tracks in a shed, and then we branched out. We did several sessions, some of which involved Mike Rose and I coming to Raleigh and doing overdub sessions, some of which happened at James B. Hunt Studios, some of which happened at, I don't remember the name of the recording studio, where Pegland? Pegasus Studio. We each had our own discrete little mini studios we set up around the various parts of the house. And then we did more at our own personal studios when I was still in Portland, and Mike Rose was up in Philly, as he still is. Anyway, so this was a large production, and we added different instruments at various different stages. So it's a little bit hard to even remember where everything was done.
True.
For me,
I think it also, what also adds to that too, is that it was a record born out of correspondence. Like it was like a lot of, much like we are now, where we were like emailing like tracks and ideas and stuff. Even like the beginning, like the concept of the album and stuff, I think was all done through correspondence, because we were all, it was like a big transitional period for everybody in the band. I think everybody was moving, going through school, doing all this stuff. And I think that's one of the reasons why I was just like thinking about this as we were gearing up to do this, but like it took like 4.5 years, and during those 4.5 years, everybody's life changed, like totally had a huge change in their life in that period of time. And I think it, like that mixed with the correspondence, mixed with like the actual physical distance and stuff, made this very unique experience.
Even during the recording of the basic tracks, you all helped me move. Like we started the recording, and then at the end of that week, we lived in a different house. So, and then we all thought we could get it done in like 6 months, but then we all ended up making huge life changes, and it took 4 years. But it was cool. It's like, I look back on this as like maybe my favorite recording in some way ever, because there was nothing to lose. Mm-hmm. We can talk about overdubs and stuff too. Let's move on to the next track, because we have a lot of stuff to talk about.
True.
It's about the journey, man.
The Journeyman?
Yeah.
You mean Eric Clapton?
Mm-hmm. You mean God?
Sorry, yeah. Of course. All right, so up next is Missed Opportunities, inspired by a Kelly Clarkson song. And speaking of life transitions, I think I wrote this thinking about how much I missed being in Magnolia Electric Company, which seemed often like we were missing a ton of opportunities based on a certain member's behavior, and also stuff too, like the time that we turned down the Zigzag sponsorship, which in retrospect was the right thing to do, but felt like a missed opportunity. And basically missing our friend Jason, and how even being in Magnolia Electric Company was like a missed opportunity for the Coke Dares. Like we all did that instead of doing this, but I wouldn't have changed anything. And so this is a song that's a little confused about those things, but not really at all, because it ends up being pretty joyous.
Question of suspension of disbelief. Too much to mention, it feels like a relief. 'Cause I miss missed opportunities. I
mix turned out.
So many background vocals and stuff. That part, just like,
It's pretty. It really is like pretty representative of how my brain felt at the time, and maybe always felt definitely like 40 minutes ago. It's like a huge build up to just like everything's the same, but there's this friends clap. Did you purposefully did that, right?
Yeah, like I said, I don't remember what's on purpose or what's not, but it's definitely the friends clap.
And the whip, there's a whip sound in that song.
Really?
Yeah, it's right at the beginning.
Oh no, that's just a bit. The whip sound comes later. That's a different song, but there's the just a big snare, 2-story tall snare drum.
We didn't use the whip sound on that. I thought it was like right at the beginning.
No, that's a water purse.
But I think I may have reused it because I liked it.
Oh, yeah.
Like right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just thought that was a snare drum.
No, I think it's now that we think of it. I heard you use that whip sound on water purse, and then I just reverbed the hell out of a hand clap on a porch.
Yeah, I thought it was a big clap.
Yeah, I think it's a
maybe
clap.
Maybe called big clap.
Big clap,
On
one
the
might say.
One difficult part about this process is that I went to look for all the master tracks, which are in Google Drive, and I can't get any of them to open.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, we got it out just in time. Thanks, there, Uncle.
Thanks. But it'd be fun, like actually using this kind of backwards way of doing a Coke Dares live thing. It'd be easy to show the master tracks inside a GarageBand. We'll just do this all year.
We could also just re-record it. So
that's a good idea.
Good.
yeah, start from the beginning.
I love that sound.
Yeah.
That's one.
All right. So coming up, maybe my favorite song on the record. Mark, you want to talk about we went to a restaurant?
Yeah. So this one's fairly translucent of an idea, I guess, but it actually is born from one of the most boring tour stories I've ever got told by somebody. We were playing with a band in Chicago. I won't say what band it is. It doesn't really matter. But I just remember asking them what they did. I was like trying to make a connection with a couple people that I didn't really get along with very well, and I just attempted to make conversation, and they returned to me like the most generic. They were like, we walked around and went to a restaurant, and that was like their story. And so like I thought it was really funny to. Plus, I am also just not. I'm like very skeptical of like any sort of high end dining experience anyway. So I think it's pretty representative of that as well.
Sam Crawford, friend Sam Crawford, bandmate in the Cinnamon Girls, recording engineer for the Impossible Shapes, etc., etc. He heard this before the record came out. We were getting a pizza, and I went in to get the pizza, and I came back, and he had put it on repeat. Like, what the hell is this restaurant song? Let's all listen to it together.
We had some time to kill and we were hungry. Someone had the bright idea to find a place where we could sit and eat. Where are we gonna find a place like that? We went to a restaurant. There was bread and butter and water too. Options were given for us to choose. Conversation thus ensued.
Oh, it's so good.
That was a Hard
Oh,
song
Mark-
to learn.
Mark's
Hard song
gone.
to relearn. Oh, bye, Mar.
See you later, buddy. Hope he can come back.
That's what he gets for writing that song.
Yeah.
Do you remember the demo for that song? It was kind of incomprehensible.
I
I
do.
don't know what. It wasn't quite in tune.
While he's gone, we should totally talk about him. So
He
every
says
song.
his power just went out.
Oh God,
So that's what he gets for living in Philadelphia, I guess.
Mark, join us
oh wait,
through
he
Zoom.
said it's back. He said it's back.
Welcome back, Marker.
Yeah, he could join in his phone, right?
Yeah. What a challenge it was learning those songs. Do you remember that? I think that was one of the few where he just recorded the drum part in the basic track session because we could not figure out how to play it.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't know how to teach it to us.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns out that like his guitar was tuned maybe 2 1/4 steps low.
Yeah.
And everything just ended up being an A.
Mm-hmm.
But he couldn't remember.
So his demos were amazing because on one hand you had things like that going on, and then there'd be 24 tracks, and the songs were awesome. And I'm like, there's no way we're gonna be able to recreate these any better than these crazy demos. But so it's cool that they live in both forms.
Yeah, now that we're in Plan B here, I realize that we can probably just use this much easier method. And just share screens and crap like that. Like it's a family. But I wish I had that demo on my computer because it's so good. I wonder if I could go to I really want to listen to it. I could go to the Third Uncle page.
You might as well test the cloud.
I love the cloud. I know I'm a huge fan. I want to thank everybody for sticking with us. I mean, we have nothing to lose, and I don't know that you all do either. So that doesn't mean we're not happy to see you. Yeah. So I'm gonna play. I really want to play. We went to a restaurant, the demo version. I think this is the right time. Do you agree,
Do it.
Pete?
Absolutely. We have a quorum.
Yeah, let's do it. There we are, Third Uncle Band
Fancy.
Camp.
We had some time to kill, we were hungry. Someone had the bright idea to find a place where we could sit and eat. Where we gonna find a place like that? We went to a restaurant. There was bread and butter, one or two options were given for us to choose, and the conversation thus ensued. We had a meal
It's so good.
What made you put the demo on?
Oh, Pete, you're muted. Petey.
I was just telling a little backstory and mentioning how when I heard your demos, they were so awesome. I didn't think there was any way we were gonna be able to play them better, or maybe just even play them.
It just blew my mind. Like James May, who sequenced the record, who sequenced several of our records, said something to me after you heard it. It was like, "Why were you not letting Mark write songs before? Like, he's got the best voice of all of you, and he's writing the best songs." And then he still like put most of your songs at the end of the record.
Perfect. Side chaff.
Mm-hmm. That's so good. I'd love to do. We will probably do one with the demos since we're celebrating year 2. But
What not?
oh, that was beautiful. Good job, Mark. How's the power in Philadelphia?
I that was crazy. It actually only went off for like 10 seconds, but it took a second to everything to come back online. I'm back,
Welcome
dude.
back.
Thanks.
Glad your mainframe got rebooted.
What do you mean, man? What do you mean by that?
There's no rats in it.
Oh,
I propose a thing, and I'm not going to propose it. We have time. It's near the end of the time that we told people we would be doing this.
Yeah, I think it is.
So I think it might be time to debut the fake lake video.
Oh,
good point.
sure.
Yeah, I mean it's not going to be in sequence, but we can talk about the record in full before or again. Also, I'm sure we could like extend this forever, but we could also.
Well, this is
do it a
part
little later
one.
tonight.
This seemed to work fine. We just plan to do this the next 2 times or whatever.
Yeah, we'll get a nice bitly.
It'll be a 3-parter for sure.
3 or 4 parter.
Yeah.
Maybe we make it an hour and a half next time.
Well, so this video was put together exclusively from footage shot by owner, operator, CEO of Third Uncle Records, Billy Steins. At this point in his career, a fairly amateur drone photographer now has since done a lot more and become quite the pilot. This was some of his first stuff, but because of the subject matter of the video, he happens to live right next to this amazing fake lake. We had planned to do this whole video shoot, and this would be part of it. But of course, none of us living in Indiana anymore made that difficult. So we made this video with the drone footage.
Just realized I maybe played the wrong version. But that's okay. It made it an exclusive. You're never going to see that anywhere else. But it's only slightly different, right?
It'll be part of our versioning episode.
Yeah. Well, now this gives us a chance to send people to the Third Uncle YouTube page to watch the real version. But that excellent drone footage. Mark, great job editing. I like that version. Hoax Lake.
Lake Hoax.
Phony
Maybe-
Fjord. I don't know.
Kinda anywhere USA.
I realize I loaded up the alternate. So for you Coke Dares aficionados out there, You just saw something you'll never see again.
Wiped from
That was
the
a-
databases
that
of history.
That was a plan B. Not
Was.
wiped all the way.
But I'd like to point out, did you notice that worked just fine? Like,
Noticed
no
it.
problems once the video was up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's the time we're living in.
It truly
culture.
is the king of kings.
And who's doing your light show,
Nothing
Petey?
to- That's it's Mr. Floyd to you. It's a Pink Floyd laser show,
Got it. Mr. F. Got it.
Mr. F. I call him Mr. F too. It's not just
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Mr. F2.
My boy F.
I like to go with
Fucking
the
F.
batting cages with my boy, Mr. F. Oh, we have so much more to talk about, but I've been doing this for 5 hours.
So wait, so where are we gonna start with well actually we can start with the opening what ends up being the opening track off of the 30-sided single dropping out
It's true.
on the next one.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about the 3-sided single. We can do some screen sharing with some primary sources and debut. Oh, this will give me a chance to perhaps actually make the video for dropping out that we recorded 2 years ago. This is exciting.
We did? What did we record?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. We brought a green screen to Philadelphia.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. And it'll give me a chance to record the opening song that I wanted to for tonight. I'd like. Can I read you the lyrics that I wrote for
Sure.
that song?
Yeah, I mean
We're still here.
I know you mostly from your lyrics. So
Here it
I
comes.
don't listen to you unless you're singing or talking to me with lyrics.
It's true.
Yeah.
If you'd like to stick around, everybody, I'll rap all of "I Wish" by Skilo
He will.
on a. All right, so this is what the lyrics were, and I'll make a lyric video for the opening next week. Welcome to a day late with the Coke Dares. I wonder if there's a band out there called the Don't Cares. I suppose that while watching this show, you could do a quick Google to know if there's really a band out there called the Don't Cares. But anyway, welcome to a day late with the Coke Dares. I'm
See,
really excited.
I think just spoken word like that's great. What about you put some rainforest sounds behind that
Yeah.
shit?
Will you change it to a day and like 20 minutes late with the Coke Dares?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll fit with the
It won't
with the
fit.
scheme.
We just round down.
Slant
In
rhyme.
this
Slant
case.
rhyme.
Should we play theme 3 to close it out, since that's how all Coke Dare shows end?
Yeah.
Or should we just
Yep.
turn this off and say, hey, see you next
They end-
week?
Let's end at the same time with the theme 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Which version? Probably not the fake lake version, right?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, we'll do the demo version.
absolutely not.
All right, we're the Coke Dares. Sorry that we were late by a day and 20 minutes.
This is the way that everybody hangs out now. So thanks for hanging out, and we'll do it again next week.
God, maybe we'll do it earlier than that. What else are we doing?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, just watch Instagram. We're gonna stream live on that story and just update the text every now and again.
Wait by the phone.
Yeah. All right, here let's do this, and yeah, it's the one. I'm tired. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Night Sky. Night Grok.
Night.
Do you like
Trevor.
the party?
Good
I
night,
like the
Coke
party.
Dares.
Click, click, click.
Bing. Bang. Bing. Bang.
Good night.